What's up, everybody? Hope all y'all are doing undeniably freaking-tastic out there. It's Monday, and you know what that means. Vlog day once again. Actually, filming this on a Friday, though, because this weekend looks to be very, very packed. As soon as I turn this camera off, I gotta hightail it over to APW for tonight. There's a show happening. I gotta run the music. No, I'm not booked. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna be booked again for the rest of the year, except for Halloween. And even then, that's a very big maybe. Have I ever missed a Halloween show before? No. Then why are you worried? Because there's a chance that every year could be my last, okay? There's just been a lot of uncertainty in the air since at least 2022. So, hopefully this year doesn't become the exception. But anywho, I do got a big weekend ahead of me. As we get to Monday, yeah, tonight got APW going on. Tomorrow going to Columbia to hopefully have a good interaction with Bam Margera and David Howard Thornton. Look, I only got like $230 to my name. Alright. And that's not much when it comes to a big convention like this. I already know 30 of that has to go to just get my way into the door, okay? I don't know how much Bam is going to be charging for autographs or I don't know how much Bam is going to be charging for autographs or pictures. Same thing with David Howard Thornton. Alright. Now don't get me wrong, I freaking love Art, I love David, but right now I know that my girlfriend is more excited to meet him. I mean, look, no disrespect to David, I freaking love Art the Clown. It's just that I didn't grow up with Art the Clown until... I did not grow up with Art the Clown. I grew up with Bam Margera. I've known Bam Margera since I was in middle school. Sorry, I've known of him since I was in middle school. At least. Maybe 5th grade, but that's a stretch. So, yeah, I only knew about David until, I want to say I was at least maybe 27, 28, somewhere around there. Only knew about Art the Clown since then. But, yeah, Sunday, though, I do got a video shoot I got to do, and then Monday I'm going to be coming back into town. Shortly after this vlog gets uploaded, I'm going to be coming back into town, and I got to link up with my friend Scott from church, who used to be the former youth preacher at my church, and he's going to be helping me do some yard work Monday. But yeah, look, other than that though, I do have content planned out for this week, and I am very seriously considering making this week my last week of content before we get to Halloween, because I really want to focus on Halloween this year. Alright, I am on the precipice of trying to get everything in order for this Helpful Man Halloween flick. Alright. And I know with us getting closer to October, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. And I gotta start filming more than one scene a week. Alright, this isn't getting me nowhere. So far, I'm 3 scenes in, and not really making much progress. Alright, so I really gotta hustle down, alright? I really gotta hanker down and get to it. Despite all the now look, now I'm in the process of having to rewrite the whole project to begin with. So, yeah, y'all just pray for me that I can get through this challenging time as a director. But look, other than that, okay. So tomorrow gonna be an episode of I Draw John Cena. Fair warning, you might not be able to see the drawing anyway, but I'm uploading it regardless. Wednesday, I'm torn between making it an episode of My Dear No. I'm torn between making it an episode of My Kingdom Cringe or Test the Tongue. either way, I know I'm gonna want both of those up this week. If it is gonna be an episode of Test of Tongue, it'll be me mixing in some cow tails with chicken and dumplings. So I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but yeah. Thursday, of course, OSG for King Kong, 6 p.m. Tune in for that. Friday is going to be an episode of Ring Ramblings for TNA's Victory Road. But is No Mercy this weekend? Is No Mercy happening this weekend? I don't know. Okay, look. If No Mercy is happening this weekend, then I might have to do a Ring Ramblings for both Victory Road and No Mercy in the same video. Which, I don't like doing that, but still, I mean, at this point, NXT and TNA, they got a partnership going on, NXT and TNA. So, yeah. And then Saturday and Sunday is to be determined. Alright. But, yeah. So, other than that, y'all, earlier this week, I've just been doing some more work because I took Saturday off, I had to fill it up with Wednesday. And folks, there was something I forgot to talk about last Monday. I almost got caught on fire last week. Okay, so some of you know that I work part-time for a funeral home as a groundskeeper, but on call. All right. Now, shout out to Rocky who helps me out with a lot of these materials, but he has this propane tank latched to a hand truck, and occasionally me and him, we would walk around the parking lot with this tank, and I'm gonna have it myself. Okay, this propane tank, it has a hose connected to it. It has a long black hose connected to it, and at the end of it there's like this, it's like a blowtorch almost. Like a blowtorch, flamethrower, or something like that. Got a handle on it, a metal pipe right there, and like a metal barrel too. Alright. Now the last time I used this thing, I want to say it was summer 2024. Well over a year ago. But we turned it on for the first time this year, and I go to try and start my job with it, which on a normal day when we would use this thing, we would walk around the parking lot and we would burn grass sticking up from out of the concrete. So, last week I went to go use this flamethrower. I was wheeling it around, but I started noticing that, like, there was pressure coming out of the flamethrower even though I wasn't squeezing the handle. Even though I wasn't squeezing the handle, I still felt like there was more fire coming out than there was supposed to. And on some occasions when I was sort of trying to burn some of the grass, it looked like I was seeing a giant puddle of fire right there on the ground. Alright, so I started getting concerned, and rightfully so. I went to go put the hose down as far away from the propane tank as possible. I went back, tried to turn it off, like twist the nozzle back to the off position, and right before I got to do that, the whole flamethrower got caught on fire. Like from the barrel all the way down to the handle, whole thing just like engulfed in flames. Like, I never seen it have that much fire around it. And mind you, the handle wasn't on the ground, so it's not like the ground was like pushing the handle down on itself. So no, that's not what happened at all. But pretty much the way it was looking, if I was holding that handle for at least another 7 seconds, then chances are this hand would have been scorched severely. But thankfully, disaster averted. Rocky, he did come out there. He took a look at it, and then he got everything fixed. Hopefully. So when I go to use it again this coming Wednesday morning, hopefully everything is back to normal, and I don't have to worry about getting caught ablaze. Alright. But, yeah. Other than that, last night, something kind of scary happened. Actually, I want to say this morning, yeah. This morning, I woke up, but last night I accidentally fell asleep with the lights on. But this morning, I want to say it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, I think. I woke up and I looked down on my arm, and I see a brown recluse spider crawling on my arm. I freaking panicked. I swatted it off as quick as possible. Thankfully, it didn't bite me in my sleep. But I swatted it off. I spent a few minutes trying to look around for it. Last thing I wanted to do was try and fall back asleep knowing that thing was crawling around and it might have crawled right back on top of me. But thankfully I did find it and I did squish it. So I could have died twice this week. Could have got caught on fire and I could have got bitten by a spider. Ugh. And I know brown recluses are deadly, but I don't know how deadly. I guess it's something I gotta take a look at later. But anywho, folks, yeah. After the show tonight, I'm gonna be getting in the car with Queen Enterprises. Queen, if you're out there watching, love you, babe. Yeah. I'm getting into the car with Queen Enterprises and I'm heading back to her house for the weekend. And yeah, she's gonna be with me as well when we go to Columbia. But yeah, I guess that does it for this week's episode of the vlog. Y'all pray for me. Hopefully there isn't another near-death experience coming my way this week. Ooh. And yeah, y'all just enjoy this week of SSP content. And until next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah. I'm out. Love you all. Here comes my hug of appreciation. Bye.